Number 10, cross-dressing for sex shows we aren't so straight-laced after all. At 9, water sports, out of the bedroom into the bathroom. Number 8 is all about body fetishes. Humiliation, in at number 7. Uniforms holding firm at number 6. Material fetishism, especially latex and leather, crash in at number 5. At number 4, threesomes. At number 3, it's sexy selfies. Tying us up in knots at 2, it's BDSM. So what is the UK's #1 kink? It's the thing we use and enjoy more than anything else. It is, of course, our friend in the bedside cabinet. At number 1, it's the sex toy.
I'm glad sex toys are #1 in the survey because they make sex very playful. It shouldn't be taken so seriously. So I really do advise it quite often.
The rise of sex toys coincides with the rise of the use of the internet. I mean, they're not embarrassing to buy anymore because, you know, no one can see you do it.
Huge online sales have made the vibrator the best-selling sex toy in Britain.
They're becoming talked about more in the culture. It's not embarrassing so much to have one found in your top drawer anymore. People hear about them, so people want to experiment with them, and, you know, they work. Stick them near a sensitive zone and whoop, you know, might be quite fun.
Sex toys are such an accepted feature of our modern love lives that even the most notorious toy of all is undergoing a reinvention. The sex toy of the future is the Sexbot. Our final story begins in San Diego, California.
There's just so many different reasons that people buy them. You know, just everyday people. There's no sort of stereotype. It's really diverse.
This factory offers an eerie glimpse of what the future of sex toys might hold. Matt McMullen is a former sculptor whose original intention was to create super lifelike works of art. But he soon realised that people's interest in his creations was less about art appreciation than kinky sex.
When I made the first one and saw how it moved and saw how posable it was, I said, well, you know, you could technically make this thing into a sex toy.
Matt's entry-level dolls start at $3,500. There are 11 body types, 31 different faces, 30 varieties of nipple, and all the pubes are crafted from top-of-the-range mohair. But with his latest model, Matt aims to take the sex doll into the realms of science fiction fantasy.
My name is Harmony. I was created to be your best friend, lover, and everything else you can imagine. Pretty soon I will have a full body, so get ready for a lot of fun.
She has a British accent. All robots have British accents. I don't know why. Harmony, can you tell me what your favorite sex position is?
Doggy for sure.
She moves and feels like a person. See how the leg will stop here, and then you could just keep pushing, and, you know, it's pretty flexible. It is a fantasy embodied into a piece of art. And it has a really convincing slap and jiggle.
Every week, more of Matt's box-fresh babes leave the factory for new homes worldwide.
If I were to list the countries that we ship to, British would be one of our bigger clienteles.
Here on Jersey, one of Matt's satisfied customers is 58-year-old Phil, who has had his doll, Pris, for 4 years. They are such a regular feature on the streets of St Helier that they barely get a second glance from locals.
She's very heavy and awkward to move, so she has to go in a wheelchair. I know she's not real, I'm not delusional, but it's really great to have someone really beautiful to just sit and look at and admire sometimes. You don't even have to touch them, they're just there. Maybe you turn your head and there she is, looking gorgeous.
Jersey shopkeepers are unfazed by their arrival.
Thanks, nice day.
I thought, oh, at first, I can honestly say that I've never come across anyone like Phil before.
It's a small island, so most people know each other. I mean, it probably gets a lot of stares because it is a bit off the wall, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I do like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Is she going to wear it or do you want it in the bag?
She'll wear it. It looks good. It looks good.
Phil also takes Pris out on date nights to his local pub.
The very first time I did it, I approached Stuart and said, would you mind me bringing her? And obviously, there's no way she'd be sat there again with her boobs out or anything like that.
She doesn't come in dressed up in raunchy underwear or this, that or the other. She comes in very respectable. That's his partner. Fine.
He doesn't care, which is great. I think that's amazing. I think more people should be like Phil, if I'm honest.
I don't think it's extreme in the slightest for people to have love dolls. But I was once criticised. I initially said, oh, you're a pervert for having a doll and all the rest of it. So I let her say her piece, and at the end said, would you mind me asking you a personal question? Well, she said, yeah, no problem. I said, do you own a vibrator? Well, yeah, I actually do. So no, I don't see any difference whatsoever in different sex toys.
Phil also styles and directs Pris in themed photo shoots.
I thought it'd make a really nice photo shoot to have me suited and booted for a change and to have her dressed in something really nice and say, let's do this engagement thing. And then I produced a ring box and then produced a ring. The look on her face, it honestly looks as if she's shocked and surprised to see this ring come out of nowhere.
Did she say yes?
Yeah, I should think so, yeah. But we're in no rush to get married. Personally speaking, I would say honestly, very honestly, 80% is with me is the stories, photography, etc., the dressing up, and a 20% is sex, yeah. Because I'm never going to be one of these that denies having sex with them. There you go. Whether people judge me for that or don't, I really don't care.
So, after all that, perhaps our survey proves one thing. It's time to rebrand. Goodbye, United Kingdom. Hello, United Kingdom. The British are now a nation of bedtime, daytime, anytime sex experimenters. Who knew? And with that in mind, let's remember, sex is like pizza. When it's good, it's great, and when it's bad, it's still quite good.